want you to give a warm welcome to Shelley Rose Charvet, everybody.
Well, my name is Shelley, and I'm delighted to be here with you in Hamilton, the ancestral home of the Six Nations Iroquois Confederacy, the place where the Americans were stopped in their tracks in the War of 1812. And in more recent news, a place where I just had a hysterectomy. And the good news about that is that never again will I have to ever worry about contraception. And I realized going through this that having a hysterectomy reminded me of giving birth. Well, for one thing, I was in a room full of doctors all looking at my vagina. Something big came out of me. And I ended up all grungy and sweaty with a pad the size of a futon, wondering if I was ever going to poop again. Now, a lot of women, when they're about to give birth, they start fanatically cleaning, even weird things around the house. And that's called nesting. That's the nesting instinct. But I was doing the exact same thing. I kept looking for things to clean and cleaning something else. And I said to my husband, look, if you don't stop smiling, I'm going to clean that smile right off your face. I even cleaned out my email inbox, which seemed appropriate since I was cleaning out my other inbox. And in retrospect, perhaps I should have thought about cleaning out my outbox. So it's called nesting when you give birth, but I was getting rid of the nest. So that must be de-nesting or nesticide. And I kept on cleaning, and I realized I needed some personal trimming. So I thought, I know, I'll get a Brazilian. And then I thought, oh no, if they rip the wax off too hard, I won't even need to get a hysterectomy. So instead of clear cutting the rainforest, I went with the Caribbean cut, you know, a little shearing of the shoreline. Instead of pruning the whole pudendum. So why do nesting or de-nesting women do all this cleaning anyway? Well, it's because you could die. You could die when you give birth, or you could die when you go under the knife. And if you're going to die, you've got to tidy up all the loose ends, like personal trimming. And if you die, you could miss out. My 93-year-old cousin went into hospice and she said to her caregiver, now I'll never know the end. The end of what? My audiobook. So 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I cooked a whole turkey dinner, just in case it was my goose that was going to be cooked. My duck that would be done over. Or in case it was my bird that was the one that flew over the cuckoo's nest. And really, all I wanted was to be reassured. I wanted someone to hold my hand, look me in the eyes, and say, for Christ's sakes, lady, get a grip. We're just going to make 5 small holes and blow it out your twat. And just like when you give birth, after hysterectomy, you can have some issues, like irritability. Just ask my husband. And weight gain. Weight gain! And my personal favorite, hemorrhoids, from straining. So you see, having a hysterectomy is totally the same as giving birth, except when you give birth, you get a baby and you raise it for the next 30 years. And when you have a hysterectomy, you get grandchildren who you raise for the next 30 years. I just want everyone out of the nest.